Hi everyone, welcome back to Couple of Conversations. This is episode number 7. Today we're going to do the story of how we met.
Yes,
Whenever-
many requested it, so we have to go for it.
Yeah, whenever we meet new people, of course, everyone is always curious, like, you both, how did you meet, both of you, seeing that we're from different parts of the world and different cultures. So many questions about it. People are curious. So we decided to tell you guys about it.
Yes.
So this story begins many years ago. Well, not many years ago, but a long time ago. Yeah, not that long. But yeah, we just completed 5 years of marriage. Woohoo! And we've been together now 8 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the story started 8 years ago.
8 years ago, yeah. So the story begins before we come, let me give a little bit of background what was going on in our lives at that point, yeah? We're making this really in-depth and interesting for you all. Yeah. Not too much there.
Not too much detail.
We don't want to go there. During this time, I was not in the best space in terms of my personal life. I was not in a good place, let's just say that. And I was not really looking for a relationship. And this was like towards December. I think New Year's Eve was coming up at the time. And a friend of mine who was, who I know for many years, since we were 16 years old. Don't try to guess how old I am now.
Very old.
So he invited me to go with his friends. Well, him and his girlfriend and friends of his girlfriend, whom he also knew a bit. I had no idea who the other friends were. I just knew him and his girlfriend. They planned to go down to Goa in India. And me and my friend, we live in Mumbai. And we decided to go down to Goa. At first, I was a little skeptical because, there were 3 couples and single me. So I was like, what am I going to do going with you guys? I don't know. I'll be like the odd man out. With 3 couples and single me. But he assured me, he said, no, it'll be fun. Come join us and stuff. And at the time, I was like, hey, you know what? Nothing great is really going on in my life. I haven't been to Goa that much. I think I've been to Goa once before that, with some friends. I said, hey, okay, you know what? Let's just do it. And last minute, I decided to go. This was a couple of days before New Year's Eve. I think it was, 27th. I don't know what the date was exactly. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, actually, and same for me. I was actually not planning to go to India around that time.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to really go to Costa Rica, actually, at that time. And a friend of mine really insisted, just come along to India, it will be fun. So with 2 friends, we would go there. And I was like, okay, maybe just because they also wanted to go to Varanasi, because a couple of places I already had been at that time. So
you've been to India before.
So I was like, no, not again. Varanasi, it was one of my bucket list places to go to. So I was like, okay,
that's good.
I will join. And I was also not in the best frame of mind at that time. I was kind of touching a slight burnout at that point. So I was like, I don't know if India is the place to go to, with all the noise pollution, all the busyness. But I decided anyways to go. And I also by far was not looking to meet someone. I just wanted to be in my own space. I was actually considering to join an ashram or to stay in some kind of nunnery at that time. I just thought I go for the 3 years and 3 months phase, you've heard about it? And you go for 3 years and 3 months into
is it?
So actually that was really playing in my head.
That would have been tough. I don't know how you how you convince a nun to be with you. So
Yeah. So yeah, so I think both of us were not really like in the state of meeting someone. Huh?
correct.
But,
So
yeah.
even for you, it was a kind of a last minute thing. You decided to go with your friend.
Yeah.
And so I think and coincidentally, we were both, I think, located in South Goa.
Yes. Yeah.
And
during New Year's, yeah. So like also for my travels, like during New Year's, I was in Goa. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And so this is now, I think we are like a couple of days away from New Year's. I might be wrong with the date.
I think
maybe
just
it was
like
28th
one day
or
before.
something.
It was the 30th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for you, the 30th, I think maybe we were there a day before that or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think we arrived the day before, maybe. Yeah. And I think the 30th passes. I don't know. I don't remember what we were doing, sightseeing, whatever. And 31st, 30th, this is what happened. So on the 30th, we decided to go to Palolem Beach, and me and my friends, and just in the evening to have dinner over there, hang out at the beach for a bit. And so we go there, we're having dinner, we still have no idea what our plans are going to be for the next day for New Year's Eve. And as we were leaving the beach at night after our dinner, there was, there are these guys walking on the beach that are kind of giving these flyers or pamphlets, promoting like events that are going to be there on New Year's Eve, the next day, the next evening. So you can, maybe go to that place, the club, restaurant, lounge, whatever it is. And I just took, this guy hands me a paper, a pamphlet, and we just take it, keep it with me. I was like, okay, let's see. We have no plans, so we will see how it goes.
Yeah. So both of us actually were on the beach of Palolem.
But we didn't really meet each other. Our paths didn't
and
cross.
both of us got that template.
Yeah, you also, the same thing happened with you.
Yeah.
So which is what we are like, so that was just Cupid coming our way. Like, but both of us got pamphlets. We don't know if it was from the same guy, but we both got pamphlets for the same thing on Palolem Beach.
Yeah.
And you also didn't really have plans that evening, even after you received that flyer.
Actually, that flyer was just lying somewhere because we didn't have any plans at all to go somewhere. I thought like we just stay at the beach, Palolem Beach, because it should be like a happening beach to party and to celebrate New Year's and all these things.
Yeah, actually, Palolem is a pretty eventful place during New Year's Eve in South Goa. Yeah.
Only at that time we didn't thought it was eventful enough.
Yeah, that's true, right? It was kind of quiet on the 30th, actually. Yeah, surprising.
No, on the 31st, actually, I was talking about already.
Like, oh, yeah?
On the day, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 30th was very quiet, that's for sure, like on the evening. You were staying at Palolem Beach, so you kind of know how it was even on 31st in the day and stuff, So the next day now...
I meant in the evening, huh?
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why we last minute decided to go
to
the place. I thought like, but I got a flyer, so I brought the flyer and thought like, maybe then this is the party where we need to go to.
Right. So now 30th is over,
yes.
Right? 31st begins. We are still just chilling at our respective, with our friends, where we are staying and stuff. And it's now like it's already evening, and around 5-6 p.m. or something, and my friends and me, we are all like, everyone's looking up places to go online. What's the best place? What's the best thing to do for this evening? It's now 31st. What do we do? It's New Year's Eve. And while we are doing all this research, I said, hey, let me look up that place that we got on the flyer. So it was this place called Leopard Valley, and now we know why. Apparently, sometimes leopards also come around in South Goa in certain places.
In a whole area, yeah.
So Leopard Valley is like this open air club that's kind of on a hill in
Yeah,
That comes in Agonda, right?
yeah, between Agonda and Palalem.
Between Agonda
Yeah,
and Palalem.
yeah. For
Great
whoever
place, though.
knows South Goa.
Yeah, and hopefully,
Yeah.
I think it's still running, right? Do you think it's still? We haven't checked that in a long time, but anyway,
Yeah.
a great place at the time, at least. So, but we didn't know that, but we looked it up, and it looked like we saw the pictures and said, okay, this looks like a good place. I think we can, it'll be a fun time to go here. So me and the three couples, we go to this club, and we decide to go there a little early. So I think, I don't know, was it around 9:30, 10? Between that time, we went there. So I think people were just starting to enter. They were just starting to let people in.
Yeah. And kind of like, I also decided with my friend
Yeah.
and two other guys
Yeah.
to last minute, because it was not eventful enough in Palalem itself at the beach to share a rickshaw.
Yeah.
The four of us to go to Leopard Valley. Yeah. And also kind of around the same time, I think.
Yeah.
We arrived.
Yeah, but still we didn't notice each other, so I don't know if you were ahead or I was ahead in the queue.
Yeah.
It was a small line because, as I said, we went early.
Very
and
early.
Basically, our purpose of going early was because I was the single guy in the group. So you're like, if we go early, hopefully there's no problems with me getting in, because with New Year's Eve, many places have this thing, especially when it gets crowded, where it's like it's easier to get in as a couple versus a single guy.
Yeah.
So we didn't want that problem to be there. So we went early, and everything went pretty smooth with getting in. And we get into this place. It's a pretty spacious place actually, open air.
Yes.
Weather was good. And my friends and I, we were hanging out. They were actually serving Maggie there. So a lot of the people were, and as Indians, we love Maggie noodles. So I don't eat it anymore though, but at the time, So.
But even at that time, you were not eating it, right? In the evening.
No. I don't think
Different
I did
topic.
at the time. Yeah. So we get in there, and my friends are like, let's eat something, and they start eating Maggie. And one of the girls then wanted to go get a drink at the bar, and the others were eating. I was not. So then I was like, okay, I'll accompany you to the place, even though I'm not really going to get anything. But so we go there, and as it happens, at the time you were with your friend.
At the bar, getting a drink, yeah.
And as I think the bartender then asks, while he was still preparing the drinks, he started asking my friend what she wanted. And at the time, I think you also just kind of turned around. And that was the first time our eyes met.
Yeah, and I just thought, what a nice couple.
Yeah.
So I gave my smile from appreciation.
That never struck me. I was like, oh yeah, if a girl
couple.
sees me with that friend of mine, they're gonna think that we're a couple. It didn't really strike me at the time that can happen. Yeah. So anyway, interesting. Yeah. So she gave this nice smile, and she, of course, now we know she thought that me and that other friend were a couple, and. And then, we just smile briefly, and then, I head back to my friends. You and your friend went towards
Dancing.
The dance floor.
Yes.
And soon enough, our group also went there. And coincidentally, I think it was also pretty early.
It wasn't
empty,
empty,
it wasn't filling yet that much. And we just happened to be, she and her friend, and me and my group of friends were kind of next to each other on the dance floor. So again, I saw, this is the same girl over there.
And I was just observing the group. And they all seemed to be pretty good dancers. So I was actually really enjoying seeing you all dancing and enjoying and talking and laughing. And I just like to see people being happy and their enjoyment, because it also gives me enjoyment. So
Yeah, and I don't know, I must have told you this, but being the single guy in the group at the time, the girls of the group were like, oh yeah, we're gonna find someone for you tonight and things like that and stuff. I said, okay, we'll see. And of course the girls didn't do anything. It was all talk. They had good intentions, but yeah. I mean, let's just say most of the time, I think not every girl is used to being a wingman for the guy. They like the intentions are good, but they're used to us coming up to them and making the small talk.
You
and
have
these
exceptions
things.
though, but yeah.
No,
yeah,
that
yeah,
is true.
yeah.
That is true. I'm not saying they cannot, but most of the times that's what I observed at the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, I decided to take matters into my own hands, and I stepped up. So I went up to Tamara and her
Yeah,
friend.
and meantime, let's also be clear. I understood that you were not together with that girl because I saw that girl with another guy hugging and kissing, and so then I realized like, oh, okay, they are not together.
That's true.
Like,
That's a good clarification. Yeah, otherwise
that,
you're like, wait, you
yeah.
thought they were a couple? What's going on here? Like, steal the man.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah, so then of course she was with her boyfriend, the friend of mine, and that's how then she, okay, so he's not with her clearly.
Yeah, and also I saw that there were three
Yeah,
couples.
you could see the
you,
other three couples.
and
So yeah, so then she, oh, okay, so this is a single guy. And but yeah, then I decided to step up to her. I went up to Tamara and her friend, and Tamara happened to be wearing a bindi on her forehead. She was already trying to integrate with the Indian culture at the time. Subconsciously, she didn't even know her future, what her future is going to be. But yeah, she was really getting into the Indian culture, apparently. And so I saw that this is the thing, guys. You need to have these little observations, okay, to make to make it easier when you make your move. So I saw that. And I go up to Tamara, and that was my opening line. I went up to her and I was like, hey, I really like your bindi. And she was like, oh, really? You like it? Like, you don't think it's,
offensive
or anything? I was like, no, why is it offensive? It's nice that you're wearing it and stuff. Yeah.
And then I asked you, do you also want one?
Oh, yeah. And then what happened? I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I was like, let's get into the spirit of, sharing, getting, yeah. So then you also put one for me, right? Yeah, so I also, for the first time in my life, I had a bindi on my forehead. But hey, it's New Year's Eve, okay? It's all excused, all right? I don't normally wear one.
Everything is allowed,
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, and then we kind of got to talking, with both the girls, like Tamara and her friend. And then we went further down into the dance floor or something, because I know we were talking a lot more.
We were starting to dance and to talk and dance and talk. And
yeah. So there was a lot of talking going on then. Yeah, we just kept going. It was going really well. I was enjoying the conversation. She was enjoying the conversation. And and then at a certain point, your friend wanted to get something again, and then you had to go with her. And then I said, okay, let's,
I think you suggested like, oh, let's connect with on Facebook.
Yeah.
At that time,
true.
Already before I left with my friend.
Yeah.
So that we did.
Yeah. So that was a good thing that we exchanged our Facebook at the time.
Yeah.
And and then I kind of briefly went back to my friends, I think, and then I tried to find you guys again.
Yeah,
but
in the meantime, of course, it got more crowded at that time.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
A lot more crowd was there.
Yeah.
So because it was almost like 30 minutes before midnight.
Yeah,
I think
so.
So we kind of like lost each other. Yeah, because
in the crowd,
I also tried to find you. I couldn't find you. So I was like, okay. So
we both wanted to find each other, but we got lost in the crowd, separated. And I had, but wait. Yes, now I remember what happened. So it was, I think we were there till midnight.
Yeah, past midnight.
I
think 15 minutes past.
Yeah, but we didn't really meet each other again in that 45 minutes, 1 hour, whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, that was a good conversation. I guess that's
and that's it. Yeah.
And and then it's midnight. Everyone's all Happy New Year, and we're, of course, me and my friends, we're just dancing, enjoying, having a good time. And my friends and I, we decided that post midnight, that I think it was now midnight at this point, and we decide to go down to Palolem Beach and at one of those shacks to, they wanted to hang out there and eat some food, drink some stuff.
And basically, you all were standing at the entrance to leave.
Yes, but
yeah,
there's something important before that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so what happens there? So, me and my friends, we're leaving. As we're leaving, I look behind and what do I see? At some distance, I see Tamara and her friend are also walking up the hill
because
to go
my
out.
friend was looking for another, for the guy that she had met. So to see maybe they also left and we also can go back to Palolem or and then there you were.
Correct. So
yes.
I told my friend, because we were all set and we were ready to go. We were heading towards the exit for the club. But as I see Tamara and her friend, I told my friend, okay, slow down, walk slowly now. Let's not miss this. So then he was like, what's going on? I said, well, the girl is coming again. Tamara is coming. So me and my friends, then we start walking slowly, so that Tamara can catch up to us. And we end up meeting again just outside the club. And then we're like, oh, hey, what's going on? And then I say me and my friends, we're planning to go down to Palolem Beach at so-and-so place. And I said, would you both like to join us? But Tamara's friend at the time, well, you take it from here.
Yes, I was very eager to come to Palolem Beach, but my friend wanted to stay back at the club to see if maybe that guy was still there, so we went back. But you told me that you would go to Palolem. So briefly we went, my friend and I went back into the party, but also there we couldn't find that specific guy. So we decided, okay, then I said, then let's go to Palolem Beach. Let's go back then. So at that time we went back in the sense we tried to get a taxi to go back to Palolem Beach. But there were no taxis, no rickshaws that wanted to take us back. No one wanted to take us back.
Yeah, it was actually kind of very, the way it's located is a little secluded at the place. Yeah.
So I asked a couple of guys there, okay, how do we get back to Palolem? And then one of the guys, motorbike guy, said, I can drop you for, what was it, maybe 300 rupees or so.
It's actually not bad for New Year's time because,
So I said, okay, let's do this because I just wanted to go to Palolem. So I hopped on behind him and my friend behind me. And I, of course,
so there was three of you all on this motorcycle, scooter kind of thing?
Kind of motorbike, kind of like a sportive type. So hold on tight and pray for our lives that we would make it alive to Palolem Beach. But I had full faith in that guy. So I said okay, you're gonna bring us back safely. I was also talking in his ear you're gonna bring us back safely to Palolem Beach. I'm very grateful that you're bringing us there. So I was putting all nice affirmations in his head while we were driving back to the beach.
And at this point, I think so we were already down there, but being New Year's, the cops had of course barricaded the lane that heads towards the beach. So we had to park a little further away from the beach, in this little open parking lot kind of place, and then walk about, I don't know, it was maybe 100 meters or something like that to the beach. So we parked there and then we start walking slowly. And as we're walking, guess what? I see this motorbike kind of go past us with two
foreigners.
Two foreigners, because I was going to say two blonde girls, but I wouldn't say your friend is exactly, kind of. She is
dark blonde.
Dark blonde, So, but I recognize your friend because she was wearing this bright
oranges,
peach orange kind of top. So, and of course,
curly hair,
and the bright top, and I see that motorbike go past, and then suddenly said, "Oh, and now I get it." I was like, "Okay, so they're coming like just the timing of it, I was like, because I had told her before I came down, and then so soon I see you both coming there, I was like, I had a feeling, I think they're coming to find me. And now what's gonna happen is like they're gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna be there, and then we're gonna again miss each other, and like I don't want to be looking
Exactly,
at.
because we were at the beach and we head to the shack that you mentioned that there you would be.
Yeah.
So, but no one was there.
Yeah, and so
But we needed to use the washroom, so we thought, okay, then let's just use the washroom there.
yeah, and I mean, I started like from my walking, I started running to catch up because I knew this was gonna happen. They're gonna be there, and like, oh, the guy's not there, so I don't know if they're gonna stay there or go somewhere else. And then, hey, it's Palolem Beach is quite a stretch. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I mean, maybe I would have like a madman if I really wanted to, but
Yes.
yeah, I don't know, like search on the beach. But anyway, I didn't want to exactly spend my New Year's Eve just searching on the beach unless I knew I would find her. But anyway, so what happens is I get there to the shack and I look around, I cannot find them. And then coincidentally, as I'm looking around there, you both are coming back from the restroom, the
Yes.
toilets. And yeah, they're very happy to see me. So that's when I know, okay, so they did come here to see me. Or at least she came to see me. And her friend was supportive and came with her. And so yeah, we go and sit down to talk, and then I said, hey, why don't we go to where my friends are? Because I think I don't know why they were at the other
to
place,
eat, because this restaurant where we would meet, they didn't serve any food anymore. So that's why we went to another place.
Correct.
Yeah,
So then I said, let's go there
because around this time it was already 1 or 1:30 maybe.
Yeah, I think it was
quite late.
it was past 1, around 1:30 maybe
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
And then so we go to the other place with my friends, and then we are all sitting there at the table, and we're all talking and getting to know each other. And yeah, at a certain point, then like me and Tamara, we decide we're gonna go on the beach. Well, the shack was on the beach, but we want to go right on the beach and like just sit there.
Yeah, because
and, like,
I think at that
talk
time your friends already left. My friend wanted to sleep, so everyone already went.
Well, my friends were
ahead,
going
I
to
think.
leave. I think
Yeah.
they were not. They hadn't left yet.
Okay.
And but yeah, and your friend wanted to already go because at this point it was like 2:30 in the morning, like early morning in the
Yeah.
So yeah, so your friend had wanted to go and rest, and my friends were just finishing up, and maybe they were going to go soon. And me and Tamara, we decide to go and have our talk on the beach. And we're sitting on the beach.
Our conversations.
Yeah, we're not called Couple of Conversations for nothing. We've had a lot of conversations since that day to this day. It's just conversation. Well, it's more than conversations, but we have a lot of conversations. So yeah, so we sit on the beach and we're having like these in-depth conversations. Yeah, that's the funny thing, because even the conversations that we were having in the club when we first met, I remember at some point it was getting into like work and business and all these kind of things. You're talking about, some friends who do business in Asia and their experiences and what I do and all these things and all that stuff. And on the beach, it gets even more interesting because now we kind of dive into like spirituality and religion.
Well,
and all
actually,
these
I
things.
got very curious about you because you were the only one not eating.
Yeah.
So I asked you, like, why are you not eating while everyone else is eating? And then you said, like, I don't eat after sunset. I was like, okay, this guy is interesting, following his principles, and that made me want to get to know more about you.
Yeah.
Because I think that's very strong if you're following your own principles, even at these occasions. So that's why our conversation went further.
Yeah, so we go like into spirituality and religion and I don't know what all stuff. So very romantic. But yeah, I think we really connected, with all that conversation, and we were really interested in each other, and and then of course it's now pretty late in the night, and then that's that. I go back eventually to my friends.
Eventually.
Yeah. So I go back to my friends, and of course now we have our Facebook contact and stuff. And I mean, the next day, I think I also told you about what we were going to do. We were planning to go somewhere,
Yes, yeah.
but you kind of had to move.
Yeah, I needed to
so-
shift places. We went to a better place than we
Yeah.
were staying at that point. So it's a horrible
Yeah.
place. So we went to a better place, like a beach hut.
You're upgrading.
Upgrading, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
So then we couldn't meet again, and I
No.
think that was.
And the next day you would leave back
Yeah,
to Mumbai.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was heading back to Mumbai,
And actually, I had plans to go with my friend to go to Kerala. And
Yeah.
last minute, we cancelled that plan. Really, I think on the 1st, we cancelled that plan
yeah.
to go earlier to Mumbai, to explore Mumbai.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
So, yeah.
where you happen to live. So
Yeah, correct. I mean, that's what we had discussed. We had
Yes.
discussed this already. Yeah, that I'm from Mumbai and stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so yeah, then I get to know that she's coming to Mumbai. Excited. So to see each other again. And then yeah, I go to visit her. She was in
Yeah,
South
well,
Mumbai, and
it was a nice thing because another thing that happened in between why I really wanted to get to know you more was we took a bus ride from Goa to Mumbai. Never do that. It's okay. So in the middle of the night that you can sleep in like a sleeper
the
bus.
sleeper bus. Yeah.
So I think were in contact with you about I don't know where
it
they are
gets
gonna
off
drop
and-
us.
in Mumbai, in the middle of Mumbai.
Because you wanted to meet me.
Yeah.
So we kept having contact over that, and I think you even called with the driver, I think, once.
Yeah, I think so.
To understand where we were.
Yeah.
So, and finally, I think we got off in Bandra East or so.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like out of your way.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily there was a very kind guy that also got off at
Yeah,
Bandra East who arranged a taxi for us.
Yeah.
All the an
was y'all
Uber
getting-
taxi, and he got attacked by all the taxi
The
guys
black and
there.
yellow taxi
Oh
guys
my!
were furious that.
So and
you
he
know,
kept being firm. So
they
like
lost
thank to
their
that guy.
customer.
If you listen to this, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
So who drove us the taxi? Who drove us to Colaba, where we were staying at that point? And I
Yeah.
think at that time also somewhere in the late afternoon, evening or so.
Yeah, in the evening, then I decided after work to
Yeah.
go and meet her. So again, I meet you and your friend there, and we're having a nice conversation and stuff. And then, like, I think the next, what was it, 3 evenings or so?
Yeah.
Like, we hung out, and sometimes it was just me and Tamara. Her friend also decided to do other things, and we also joined. I think she also
meet
joined
with
us
the guy
back.
that she had.
Meet
met
with the
also.
guy that
Yeah.
she. Oh yeah, because he also was from Mumbai, actually.
Yes.
So yeah, Mumbai is the place.
All
What can I
Mumbai
say?
cars
Guys?
are coming to Goa on New Year's. No. Okay.
You want to find love? Come to Mumbai. No, not necessary. There's a lot of places, but so anyway, so yeah, and like I think one of the, and we also like once or twice we also met up with your friend
Yeah.
later in the evening, like when once after she went to see the movie and stuff. I think she went to see Dangal.
Dangal,
actually,
yes.
by herself.
Yes.
And then like I remember we were sitting together and like your friend and I were having this discussion about how amazing this movie is, and Tamara's just looking like I'm just left out of this conversation. I don't know anything about this
I
movie.
want to see this movie as well. Yeah. Later I seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, and then so now we're having an amazing time. We're really connecting more and more with each day, having a great time getting to know each other.
Yeah, and then that moment came. That also very kind of you. You brought us to the airport.
I mean, of course, I was
Yeah.
going to. I mean, I wanted to spend every moment possible.
And it was in the middle
Together.
of the night also. So yes.
late night flights to Europe. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it was time. The day came, or let's say the night came, when Tamara and her friend had to go back to the Netherlands. So I said, okay, let me take you guys to the airport. So I came there. I picked them up from their hotel, and we were heading to the airport. I could sense, of course, I could see that Tamara is kind of forcing a smile on her face, but there's a lot of sadness in her. And of course, I was also going to miss her, but I was trying to be as cheerful as possible,
yes.
Singing
along the way.
playing some nice music and demonstrating my singing skills, whatever little bit I have, and yeah, trying to keep it lighthearted and all the way to the airport. And yeah, soon enough we reached the airport, and then it was time to say goodbye. We get out of the car. I drop them till the entrance of the airport, and we are saying our goodbyes there. We give our hugs.
I put a little note in your pocket like this.
So Ara gives me something, puts a little note in my pocket and says, "Read this once you get home." I said, "Okay, all right." And yeah, she's in tears. I'm holding back my tears. And yeah, we say goodbye to each other. And yeah, so we don't know at this point. This was all great. What happens now? We have no clue. So this is the story of how it began, how we met. What happens from here further, you will have to watch in
Stay tuned.
the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned to know more in the next episode. And yeah, as always, please, if you like this video, click on the like button, like, share, and subscribe. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Couple.of.conversations. And see you the next time.
See you.
Bye bye.